All right. All right. So, Veronica, you had a question for a question. Well, you had a question about your homework, and here it is, right? So, all right. So let's go over it. So write an equation of the line perpendicular to -7x plus y equal to 8 and containing the point 3, -1. Write the answer in slope step form. All right. So here are the key words here. So we need to write an equation, right? But that equation is perpendicular, right, to this line here, right, that is given to us. Okay? All right. So, and the line of that equation goes through the point 3 and -1. Okay? The only thing that we have missing, so in order to write that equation, we need a point where we have that, right? X1, Y1. But we also need a slope, M. We don't have that, okay? But we have some clue here. In order to find the slope, we need to look at this keyword of the line being perpendicular to that equation here, which is in standard form. Now, the equation in standard form, so let's look at the relationship between a perpendicular line, of two perpendicular lines. The slope of two perpendicular lines, I'm sorry, is that M1 is the first slope of the first line is the opposite reciprocal of M2, right? Meaning the second slope. So you have two lines and those two slopes are opposite reciprocals. So for example, if M1 is equal to -1/2, right? Then M2 is the opposite of negative is positive. So M2 is going to be positive, right? And then the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2/1 or 2. So I'm just going to put 2/1, which is equal to +2 at the end. Okay? Let's do another example. If M1 is equal to 5/4, then the first slope is positive. So M2 is going to be negative. And then the reciprocal of 5/4 is 4/5. So that's the relationship, right, between two perpendicular lines. So our goal is to find M1, right? That's what we need to find because this is the equation. So let's find the slope of this linear equation. So how do we find that? Well, first of all, -7x plus y equal to 8. That's in standard form. And the slope is not given to us in this format. But if I solve for y and I put it in slope set form, so solve for y, then it would be y equal to the -7x move to the right side, becomes +7x plus 8. And that's in slope set form, right? That means that y equal mx plus b, and this is the 7 here is m1, right? So the slope is 7 for this equation. But now I'm interested in m2 because m2 is going to be the slope of the equation that passes through 3 and -1. So all we have to do now is to find what? The opposite reciprocal of 7. 7 is positive, so m2 must be negative. The reciprocal of 7 is 1/7. So now I have a slope of -1/7. Okay? All right. So now we have a slope and a point. Beautiful. Now we can find the equation of that line. All right, so we're going to use the point slope form, which is y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1, right? So we know all the information now. Y1 is -1, so we have y minus -1 equal to m, the slope, and this is really m2, -1/7 times x minus x1, which is 3, okay? And then we simplify this and we get y plus 1 equal to -1/7. Oops, I put 2. 7x, right? Because I'm using this brief property. Oh, sorry. And then -1/7x. And then -1/7 times -3 is positive 3/7. So we're not done yet, because now we need to put in the slope set form, which is easy because slope set form is y equal mx plus b, meaning that we need to solve for y. So here, to get y by itself, we need to subtract 1 on both sides, and we're going to have y is equal to -1/7x plus 3/7 minus 1. So I think your question is like, how did they get this part right here? And we need to evaluate that, right? So 3/7 minus 1 is 3/7 minus, and then the 1, we need to change that into an equivalent expression with a denominator of 7, right? And that's also equal to 1. So 7/7 is the value, right? So 7 is the denominator because I want a common denominator. And then the numerator must be 7 because 7/7 is 1. So now, is 3 minus 7 is -4/7. So that's what, so your final answer should be y equal to -1/7 x minus 4/7. And that's it.